Renowned reggae singer Dr. Alpharita Constantia Rita Marley was one of the 215 outstanding Jamaicans who were formally recognized during Monday's ceremony of investiture and presentation of National Honors and Awards at King's House. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Magazine. In today's show, we shed light on the Rita Marley Public Speaking Competition, which seeks to better prepare Jamaican young people for public speaking events. And later, we learn some more about our bandana. You don't want to miss any of what's prepared for you on this, our final Friday in Heritage Month 2019. Stay right there.
Hey, what's up? This is Sean Paul and you are watching Jamaica Magazine. Keep it locked.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Friday, October 25. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, will be pumping $40 million more into the business process outsourcing BPO sector. Mr. Holness says the DBJ is awaiting the Ministry of Finance's approval to release the funds, which will be coupled with $73.9 million in loan support that has already been made available to the industry. The Prime Minister says once approval has been given, the money will support the provision of 13,000 new jobs in the area.
We're very happy to support this industry because it brings in employment and some amount of foreign exchange.
Mr. Holness was speaking at Thursday's groundbreaking for GTech BPO in Portmore, St. Catherine. The $3.5 billion investment will consist of three 80,000 square feet buildings with the capacity to hold 4,500 persons across 3 shifts. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang has committed to providing support for the police's efforts to reduce crime and public disorder in the Vineyard Town and Mountain View communities of Kingston. He gave the assurance yesterday during a visit to the scene of a shooting incident that happened on Wednesday at a medical center in Vineyard Town.
This area is of particular interest to us, and the government will continue to provide the support to the Commissioner of Police and his team in order for them to be able to do whatever is necessary to dismantle the criminal networks and gangs that plague the Mountain View corridor and the wider Jamaica.
Minister Chang also visited St. Teresa Preparatory School, which is adjacent to the medical center, and then went to the Vineyard Town and Mountain View police stations. At approximately 10 a.m. on Wednesday, an unknown assailant entered a medical center and opened gunfire, killing 42-year-old Clifton Brown. 5 others, including a pregnant woman and a 4-year-old boy, were injured during the shooting. The police are working hard to ensure that there are no reprisals. The security forces are also asking those with information on the recent shooting to please report it to the nearest police station or contact Crime Stop Jamaica at 311. In other news, Jamaica has positioned itself to produce internationally certified seeds through the newly refurbished seed bank facility at the Bogle's Research Station in St. Catherine. The $28.7 million project was executed through a partnership between the Agriculture Ministry and the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute. The seed facility has a capacity to test and store climate-resilient seeds, as well as to micropropagate vegetative seeds with climate-resilient characteristics.
It's important as it will enable us to have a faster recovery time for the sector in the event of natural disasters, as the planting material will now be more readily available for use in the replanting exercises.
Further additions to the facility will include the installation of a cold storage room to store seeds beyond their normal lifespan. This should be completed by the end of the first quarter in 2020. Jamaica has launched its first country program for engagement with the Green Climate Fund, GCF. The move is expected to increase the island's capacity to access more climate financing while streamlining the country's actions to engage with the GCF.
The preparation of the country program and other very important activities have been made possible through the readiness grants from the GCF. At present, we are implementing 3 readiness grants with an approved amount of US $1.4 million. Jamaica is also working towards having national entities directly access GCF resources.
Minister Darrell Vaz was speaking at Wednesday's launch of the country program for engagement with the Green Climate Fund, GCF. The function also served as the opening of a national consultation on climate change. It's intended to finalize the nation's actions to deal with climate change ahead of the 25th session of the Conference of Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change to be held in Santiago, Chile in December. And finally, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett is currently in Japan observing best practices on disaster risk reduction and recovery efforts. Japan was recently struck by one of the worst typhoons in the nation's history, triggering landslides and catastrophic flooding. Minister Bartlett praised the country for being one of the most disaster-resilient nations. His comments come as he tours the typhoon-affected areas of Ichihara, Chiba, alongside the city's mayor and other key officials. The tourism minister called on the mayor to document his town's highly effective recovery and resilience mechanism. He also proposed that the mayor pay a visit to Jamaica and share best practices on disaster risk reduction and management with the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center. The minister also sought to strengthen Jamaica's relationship with Japan by developing a Memorandum of Understanding on Disaster Resilience between the University of the West Indies and the International University of Japan. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Garbage collection, maintenance of public sanitary conveniences, upkeep of cemeteries, provision of water shops, road improvement, street lights, poor relief programs, community beautification. All these services are funded by you. Yes, they are, when you pay your property tax. Pay your annual property tax to make Jamaica the place of choice for all.
As you heard earlier, Dr. Rita Marley was awarded the Order of Jamaica on Monday for her contribution to the popularization of reggae music and for humanitarian work through the Rita Marley Foundation. The foundation, which was formed in 2000, executes numerous programs and initiatives that equip young people with important life skills. One is the Rita Marley Public Speaking Competition. Learn more about it next.
Blessed love. My name is Fabian Morris and I'm the 2019 winner of the Rita Marley Foundation Public Speaking Competition. You know, my teacher expressed to me like a month ago if I'm interested to it. She didn't even ask if I'm interested. She said, you know what, Fabian, I know you're good at impromptu, so you're going to enter Rita Marley. And I'm like, all right, okay, let's try it.
Yes. Fabian Morris is one of 12 high school students who participated in this year's 5th annual staging of the Rita Marley Public Speaking Competition.
What are the benefits of public speaking to the participants in particular? It is a great way of building personal development on many levels because improving communication skills is helpful in almost every area of life. Whether your goal is to engage in political debate, make a career as a motivational speaker, or gain confidence in front of an audience, public speaking can help you meet your goals.
We commenced this competition in 2015, the aim of which is to develop articulate speech among the youth and so that they could represent Jamaica on any platform or forum.
Students, teachers and others came out in their numbers at the University of the West Indies Mona campus to offer their support to the contestants in the two-part competition. Round 1 had contestants opining on the moot of all the forms that reparations should take. Repatriation to Africa is the most important.
Reparation is on the national agenda, and part of our responsibility is to ensure that public education, especially of the youth, is part of this mandate.
In 1518, a grim date in the history of the Atlantic slave trade, the Spaniards carried the first cargo of Africans from West Africa, took them whether by force or flawed bribe from their home where they are free, to a foreign land to sell them as slaves. And it is now time we demand a reparation.
The various forms of reparation law, covering both monetary and non-monetary reparations, can be summarized in 5 forms. Restitution, which includes repatriation, rehabilitation, compensation, satisfaction, and guarantees of non-repetition.
The question is, ladies and gentlemen, do you believe that repatriation is the most important part of this plan? Well, I say that it is the most important part of this plan.
But repatriation to Africa may not be the most viable or logical option on an economic, social, and political premise.
While many of us are descendants of these slaves, we were born and raised on this very island. So therefore, it is safe to say, if we should be repatriating to anywhere, it should be to Jamaica.
We need to know who we are before we even think about going back to the place that we call the motherland.
We can't go to Africa with too long on. So we have to economically build, we have to politically build, we have to socially build, we have to prepare ourselves mentally in order to reach to Africa. And when, as they usually say in Jamaica, you have to give back something to mum. To make mum add on pan the house. So when mum can add on pan the house, then she can harness us in the house. But if you not give nothing to mum, if you put on pan the house, Lord God, what gonna happen?
I am sure, and I'm sure many of you will know this, no way, I'm saying no, me mean no way, no better than your yard. No way at all. Yes, I just reverted to Potter, but yeah, no way, no better than your yard. And in closing, I am saying, we should go back to Africa because Africa is our roots.
After an engaging first round, the judges had a hard task selecting the top 3 speakers who would advance to the next round. But in the end,
Fabian Morris, Lorena Estro, and Wendy and Ivy will have half an hour to prepare and deliver on the following topic. If Mr. Nelson Mandela lived until 2018, he would have turned 100. To celebrate the centenary of his birth, the South African government designed the theme, Be the Legacy. In your opinion, what is the legacy of Mr. Nelson Mandela to the world?
while the finalists departed to prepare their impromptu speeches, all the semi-finalists were rewarded for their efforts.
Destiny. And that's what he left.
Boom, bye bye, you black man head.
Hope that we will appreciate ourselves.
May I invite the three finalists to join me here. Going home with $15,000 in cash, Bob Marley merchandise, a medal, a certificate, and a plaque for the school. Can we congratulate the participant from Immaculate Conception High School? Ladies and gentlemen, going home to Yam Country, Westwood High School, Wendy and Ivy takes the second prize. Congratulations.
It was really hard for me to get here. A lot of things almost stopped me being here. And you know, sometimes the devil tries to stop us from getting our blessings. So I said, you know, I think this one is from me, so I have to be there.
I still have not forgotten my experience, and every year I come here to help out, I relive that experience, and I'm inspired all over again to continue being a voice for persons in Jamaica, and also to continue to push myself more to be a better public speaker and a better advocate for the things I believe in.
I'm feeling excited, extremely excited, because I win it from my school. It really teaches me to believe in myself and be confident, because I didn't believe I would win.
Lions, oh lioness, get up and know you are the mightiest. I'm talking to all lions.
So many wish they could visit our shores. We live where they vacation. Brand Jamaica beckons all from the four corners of the earth.
Well, as a Jamaican, I have great pride in selling it. You know, your pride that you sell Jamaica with is something that it rolls off. Jamaica has so much to offer, and every time I have the privilege of bringing an executive down to Jamaica, an executive from an airline or a tour operator or a travel agency, and you take them across the country You know, the pride that they said, wow, I can't imagine, especially when it's their first time. Wow, I love this.
Build it, cherish it. Our wealth is brand Jamaica.
During national observances such as Independence Day, Jamaica Day and National Heroes Day, many persons across Jamaica can be seen decked out in bandana. This plaid cotton material has become an undeniable part of Jamaican heritage. Just watch.
A bandana, bandana, a part of our identity, a bandana. Yarmi yaki go al instead market, not a quati what sell. Yarmi aki go al instead market, not a quati what sell. Oh Lord, what a night, what a night. What a Saturday night, Lord, what a night, what a night, what a Saturday night. Compliments on your madras. Same to you. Thank like you. it.
Well up there, so what is madras?
Make we sit down. Young but really no know Sam. Aye, sir. Madras is what we call bandana. So, madras is basically a cotton plaid fabric which came from India and was brought to Jamaica by the indentured laborers after slavery ended. But every Caribbean island have a little touch of this, you know. They have a different pattern. Right. And so, them use it to identify each Caribbean island.
It is important to note that the broader plaid, which is referred to as the Miss Lou bandana, is the original material that was used in Jamaica. And as time progressed, the finer plaid came on stream, which is the red bandana with mixtures of blue and black.
The word bandana is actually Hindi. And everybody knows that Hindi is the language that the people from India speak. Now the word bandana means to tie. And that's why most people associate bandana with tying your head. But in Jamaica, we don't use bandana per se. We use any kind of fabric for tie head, you know. All we do, we just wrap it around their head in a one circle and we tie the back so that when them put the goods on top of it, it all on balance.
What on it? Swim basket here.
Oh, so now, me can carry me a Kingston Linston market. You know, and the history continues. You know, I spoke to Auntie Faye the other day. Everybody in here must know Faye Ellington, right? Yeah, man. She say, man. She say, by the way, you ever see Sheena Faye bandana? Yes. She pretty not true?
Man.
Yeah, man. Now, she told me the other day that bandana was used by the female vendors in the market. They use the bandana as bib. The same thing that we call
apron.
And they also use it to tie them head, and they use it also as scarf. It is also popular to note that the working class women used to wear the bandana.
Yes, yes.
But they were looked down on because they wear it. But they were persistent.
Yes.
They wore it with dignity and pride.
That is very right.
And they were the one who actually legitimized the bandana.
You didn't know say bandana is not just a costume. It also helps us to identify as Jamaicans. You understand what I'm saying? Over the years, the bandana has evolved. Because you know, as time change, you know, people stands on different things, it change as well. So today, bandana is considered to be our unofficial costume. National costume. So look here now. Miss Lou was the one that really made bandana so popular, you know? Yes, man. Every time she would do one of her theatrical performances, Miss Lou would dress up in her bandana, and anytime anybody are gonna do any of her poems, where them use bandana.
And now everybody want a little touch of bandana.
And you know, them now wearing it at the Miss Universe,
You lie.
and the Miss World, and the Festival King competition.
You see, the bandana is not only one style you can wear it, you know. For example, me is not wearing the original kind, you know. Me is wearing Simply Precious design. Yes, man. Normally how them wear it is, them wear it in a one nice flare skirt, and then them pair it now with a wonderful white top. They put a piece of the bandana or the madras around the neckline, or even put it around the sleeve sometime, you know, just to add a little oomph and spice to it. So over the years, you know, it has become more stylish and stylish and stylish. And then, of course, you know, the man them normally wear a nice little shirt with the madras or the plaid, and then pair it with a black pants or with a white pants. And if you're fancy and in high fashion, you put a scarf around it, right?
Or even a head tie.
Thank you very much. So you see, all in all, bandanas come a far way. From the marketplace to haute couture.
High fashion, high fashion.
That's right. Bandana come from India, reach a Jamaica, and all in all, bandana
is here
to stay.
What a joyful news, Miss Matty. I feel like my heart will burst. Jamaican people colonizing England in reverse.
By the hundreds, by the thousands, from country and from town, by the shipload, by the plane load, Jamaica is England bound. But what are the government plan England? Them brave the war and face the worst. But I don't know how them Western colonizing in reverse.
Bandana, bandana, a part of we identity, a bandana, a bandana, oh a bandana, a part of we identity, a bandana.
Make a draw for the madras. Oh, put on the madras. Yes.
A part of we identity, a bandana.
Jack Mandora, me no choose none.
Motorists, when driving on the road, here are some simple reminders. Look out for and extend courtesy to all road users. Give plenty of room to pedestrians, especially in wet weather. Drive slowly. No bother wet them up. Slow down when approaching a pedestrian crossing or school, and always be prepared to stop. Remember, a school zone is a 30-kilometer zone. Cut your speed. Drivers of large and slow-moving vehicles should always keep in the far left hand of a dual carriageway. Keep it simple. Drive left and pass right. These are just simple reminders of your road duties. Drive safely.
Our national hero, Paul Bogle, was hanged on October 24, 1865, because of his protest for justice and fair treatment of all Jamaicans. Though he was punished for his brave act, his labor was not in vain. It paved the way for the establishment of just practices in the courts, which resulted in the social and economic advancement of our people. Learn more next.
Born in Stony Gut, St. Thomas in the 1820s, he suffered as a slave. He toiled in the hot sun, working and praying for the day he could say, "Yes, freedom come." And when that day came, the day he was free, the plan of becoming fully independent was his next feat. One he accomplished, small farmer, then landowner, to being one of 106 persons on the voters list. He was well on his way. So much so, he became a Baptist deacon in the village, a true Jamaican activist, angered by the injustices and oppression faced by the people in St. Thomas by one Governor Edward Eyre. So, he gathered his people and marched onward they did, left, right, on October 11, 1865, the day of the Morant Bay Rebellion. Over 500 people died, but not in vain. That special day spurred changes in the social and economic conditions of people not only in St. Thomas, but the entire Jamaica. The Right Excellent Paul Bogle, the man who lived and died for his people on October 24, 1865. A man of honor, a man of truth, our national hero.
So you just learned how the Morant Bay Rebellion helped to pave the way for a better Jamaica. But how much do you really know about the man who orchestrated it? Here are 3 important facts about the man that helped to make our island home a better place for all Jamaicans to live, work, raise families, and do business. Firstly, you might be aware that Paul Bogle was a free black man from Stonygut, St. Thomas. But did you know that he had the rare privilege of being a black man who owned land? Yes, he did. Secondly, many persons are aware that he was a deacon in the Baptist Church. But were you also aware that he was appointed a deacon by George William Gordon, another Jamaican national hero? And finally, Paul Bogle was also one of the 106 St. Thomas people with the right to vote. He was a strong supporter of George William Gordon, and it was this support, coupled with that of other members of the Native Baptist Church, which got Gordon elected to the National Assembly to represent St. Thomas.
Jamaica, mighty one, oh, beautiful. Bless our land always, for strength and our vigor, with love and our courage, oh, yeah. So let's remind ourselves and tell the world, hey. Jamaicans, hello, hello, I'm a Jamaican.
And this is the final stop in today's magazine. Thanks for journeying with us. To watch today's program again, simply visit our website, jis.gov.jm. Don't forget that you're able to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm Audrey. Have a superb weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.